Welcome to Western Reserve News, and you're watching the highlights of meetings that we're doing this week. Now, if you like what we're doing, we appreciate your comments. Just click on the contact button and tell us what you think. Thank you very much, and we hope you enjoyed this week's meetings. On Monday, Western Reserve News was at the Poland Village Council meeting. On Tuesday, Western Reserve News was at the Latonia School Board meeting and at the Poland Village Council meeting. On Wednesday, Western Reserve News was at the Canfield School Board of Education meeting. So let's watch and see. WRN was at the Canfield School Board of Education meeting Wednesday evening. Is Canfield the highest rated high school in the Tri-County?
Received hot off the press here today. Our high school, again, hit it out of the park. We have been notified that Newsweek magazine rated us in the top 500 throughout the nation. We're sitting at 332, and you might ask, well, what does that mean? They take a look at college-bound numbers, they take a look at graduation rate, and they take a look at college readiness. If youngsters are ready to go to the next level. And where we sit in our state, if you were to take a circle and 100-mile radius around us, we're sitting at about 4 in our state right now. Solon High School is always a high-performing school. They're sitting above us. Avon Lake, again, northern region, Cleveland area, sitting shortly above us. Beechwood, again, right in our range. Orange High School, and then sits Canfield High School. That just speaks volumes for what's going on in our schools. It's a high school rating, but if we're not having the foundation set, and we're not driving students year after year to get them prepared for our high school rigor, the performance isn't going to happen. So, again, these are numbers that we're so pleased with, and most of the schools that we're sitting in this ranking in the state of Ohio are in the central to southwestern part of the state. So, again, we're sitting at around 17 in the state of Ohio in this ranking. That, again, is higher than we have in the past, and it's very interesting to start when we're starting to add the middle school and the elementary results, what these numbers will do then. So, again, it's when Vindicator and others ask us what the reason is, it's all of the above. It's the kids' efforts, it's the parents' expectations, it's the staff rigor, it's the administrators driving them home, and it's making sure that we have a nurturing environment. It's a clean atmosphere. We feed the kids well. We transport them to and from home. It's all of the above. So, can't do it alone.
EdWorks is giving Canfield students the hopes of graduating with an associated degree applicable to college.
And EdWorks, if you remember, is a firm connected with the Gates Foundation. And what's very interesting about EdWorks, they not only revert back and rate you on how you're doing in your local area, but throughout the state and nationally. And I'm not going to go over every document here, but I'll give you a brief summary, and if the guys to my right want to add in, they very well happy to. We came out very well with many of the results. If you remember, EdWorks was going to take a look at to see if we're prepared for early college, if we're prepared for post-secondary pathway for students, even starting at the middle school level and then all 4 years of high school, and where we fit in this type of conversation. They were thrilled and want to be a part of us. They want to come in and they want to help us write grants that will not only open doors for our students, but more important, professional development for our staff. And we're talking six-figure dollars for professional development for our staff to not only create an environment in a classroom, but tie in with local universities. And this is going to be a very interesting project as we move forward. Where does this take us? It takes us down a path of a possible biomed pathway, so that by the time our youngsters graduate Canfield High School and receive a diploma from us, they're going to have an associate's degree in the same billfold. So this is something that we're very excited about. Again, initial stages, but we're going to continue to have this conversation.
Edwards is going to work with us. It's not going to cost us money.
No, not from this point on.
And they're going to help us to teach teachers to become duly certified, so that when they teach a class, not only will the students get credit for the high school, but they'll get credit for university.
That's what's one piece for sure. And it's what we're going to be dealing with local universities that credit will transfer to any state university in Ohio. So it's not like, let's say that we tie ourselves with Eastern Gateway or a Youngstown State, let's say. Students aren't tied to those universities solely. They could go elsewhere in the state of Ohio as well.
Very exciting.
It is. The question that we will have to answer, and that you folks are going to need to help us with, is, will this just be for Canfield students? And I state that and just throw this out on the table and plant the seed now. We could be a high school that services, our staff services students from outside of Canfield boundary. Not for the full day, but possibly for a block or two to be able to be offered some of these courses.
At the Latonia School Board meeting on Tuesday, Superintendent Mano tells about the Penix Aluminum Open House.
Penix Aluminum conducted an open house to show their appreciation to the community. I think several of you were there. They specifically recognized Latonia schools. Dave Reeby, their president, thanked the board for their continued support, as well as their positive relationship between Penix and the schools. He presented the school with this piece of aluminum from the first extrusion of the new equipment. I forget the price of the equipment. If anybody was there, but very expensive press from Italy. And they wanted the school to have that. So it says, "Thank you for supporting our Latonia business growth from the Press D expansion project, Latonia Schools. First extrusion, December 19th, 2014. So,
the Student Achievement Award given to a 2013 Latonia graduate, Gabby Van Scoy.
The Student Achievement Update, Gabby Van Scoy, a 2013 Latonia graduate, presented on the subject of math models of bone metabolism at the Mathematical Association of America Conference in Washington, D.C. Gabby is a student at YSU. She was one of 5 YSU students to receive an award at the conference. She won the Janet L. Anderson Award for Outstanding Student Exposition or Research in Mathematical or Computational Biology. Wow. So that's pretty impressive, and so congratulations to Gabby.
Superintendent Mano says that Latonia schools will continue to be at the forefront of technology.
Continue to work on technology and data collection. The members will be working this year. Last year we worked with Epiphany, Columbiana County ESC, and worked on dual classrooms, data collection and analysis to improve instruction. Katrina Moore will be in the building 2 days a week, so something different that we have ESC actually housed here, much like we did last year with Epiphany, which is nice to know when they're going to be here and what the focus is and how they'll be working with our staff.
At the Poland Village Council meeting on Tuesday, Solicitor Anthony D'Apolito explained the difference between a firearm and a bow and arrow to the council.
A question came up about the importance I was researching I did about firearm. And what I found was that a firearm under the Federal Code is any weapon which will or is designed to or may readily be converted to expel a projectile by the action of an explosive. So a bow is not a bow. But it also says any destructive device. So I looked up destructive device. Destructive device is any explosive, bomb, grenade, rocket, missile, or similar device donate the devices described above. So I don't think that a bow is similar to the devices described above. Therefore, I believe a bow is not a firearm. Therefore, you don't have to change part B.
Okay, so we're good with
You're
what
good.
we have.
Good.
And Poland Village Council then took a vote on amending an ordinance regarding the use of weapons in the village force.
I'd like to make a motion to present as an emergency an ordinance regarding weapons in the Poland Forest.
Second?
Roll call.
Mr. Beck? Mr. Donovan?
Yes.
Attorney Limmer? Mr. Major? Mrs. Sarnick?
Yes.
Mrs. Jash?
Yes.
On Monday, WRN was at Lordstown Council meeting, which was short and uneventful, with the exception of 3 executive sessions following, with no action expected. Mayor Hill did offer one come to all to a pork dinner.
And another thing will also be a notice in the newsletter. Clean Energy Futures was asked to buy or bid on a couple hogs, which the fire chief's daughter had for 4-H at the Trumbull County Fair, and he got them. And he had texted me and asked, what could we do with it? There's over 400 pounds of meat with this. So, in talking with Mr. Ross from Ross Foods, Charlene Farms has dressed the hogs out, and August 28th at 4 to 8, it's a Friday night, they're going to be having dinners. They'll be $10 also to go, and the proceeds are going to benefit the Lordstown Firefighters Ladies Auxiliary. So if anybody would like to show up for that, it will be on the newsletter. And at 7:30 there will be a band up there at Ross's, and they will, like I said, they'll have to-go orders: ham steak, ham and bean soup, sausage, barbecued, pulled pork, pork chops. A little over 400 pounds was donated to the village for the fundraiser for the Ladies Auxiliary. So passing that on in case anybody wants to.
And Lordstown's Mayor Hill gives the latest on North Point, etc.
When I talked to Mr. Gajalnik earlier today, he said that North Point is still moving forward on their plans for the property up there, so when they do get ready to move, they'll have a lot of stuff in line. Paving has started in the village. They're grinding. Hopefully they'll be done the next month or two. Mr. Mansell and I met a gentleman from Eastern Gateway Community College, and he went through the building with us week before last. It's painted, the floor is in, the building looks well. They're still looking at Eastern Gateway putting in a welding lab in that building. There was a message on my answering machine when I got back from vacation last week saying that they want to get a memorandum of understanding between us and the village. I believe in the future there may be a chance that they may eventually would like to take over the whole building, but that depends on how the class sizes grow. As for Kunkel, got a text this morning from Mr. Superintendent Armstrong from the school. He asked if I would announce that they're having a Meet the Team night Thursday at 7 o'clock at the school for the fall sports season.
On Saturday, WRN was at the RAPW Wrestling Show at the St. Joseph the Provider in Campbell. One tag team championship match brought Youngstown's Club Extreme back together.
Don't try this one, kids. Or